Hello and what's up everybody, and welcome to my Monday Night Raw review. A lot of things going on in the show tonight, but before we do kick off the Monday Night Raw review in general, I want to address something first. The Urban Wrestling Network, they do have my logo online right now. I want to take a special thank you for them, especially the dedication they put in to make it get on to there and make the design look cool. I did send them my logo when I made it, but they made some tweaks and modifications to it to make it even look cooler. So want to take the special thank you for them, to them, just because they took the time out. I know it took some time to get up there, but you go check out the website right now for my reviews and their reviews also. So just wanted to say something about that right now. The urbanwrestlingnetwork.com. Go check that out online. Gotta really thank them for what they did with my logo and whatnot. But going on from that, we do go into the Monday Night Raw review, which we did have another Tim Bell salute to Pat Patterson. The Raw roster, Vince McMahon and Triple H were out there to do a moment of silence. And I know they did play the My Way video package again, which is really great video package, to be honest, and a great song in general. So I got no complaints from that. Like I said, it's a very good video package. So like I said, they had a lot of tributes and tweets and whatnot about Pat Patterson. So like I said, another Tim Bell salute and great video package. It's not bad at all. So moving on from that though, we do kick off with the beginning of the show for Monday Night Raw, as we kicked it off with Randy Orton. He came out to talk about Bray Wyatt, saying, he's faced him before, and that, he smashed his moral compass years ago, and that, he doesn't need to hide behind a mask, that he will go into the funhouse, knock it down, stare the devil in the eye, and, he's going to know exactly about who to let in. But the Firefly Funhouse began as there was no Alexa Bliss this week. She was gone, I guess, because of what happened last week with Orton and whatnot. So tonight's show, I guess Bray Wyatt was gonna have some type of game show. It looked like, and they said you wanted to talk about saying games, so they had some buzzards, and basically the prize would be that stick thing that he holds that looks like a microphone, or the frog that they killed like a couple weeks ago. What was it, the Friendship Frog, which it looks like his body is decomposed and look like it's starting to mold and everything, as the puppets talked about the ideas they had and the buzzers and stuff. And one of the contestants were correct and everything, but then Wyatt basically says he always has the right answer. He took the wig off and everything, and Orton says, okay, you want to play games, we're gonna play some games then, but I want a match against Bray Wyatt tonight, not the Fiend, Bray Wyatt. And basically Wyatt said, yowie wowie, he accepted then. So yes, this feud still continues, which honestly I still question, like, isn't this technically a heel versus heel feud when you think about it? So who's really the face in this situation right here? Because both of these guys are heels, okay? They are heels here. So who's really a face when you think about it? Because, come on, they're both heels. So I question who's the face in this situation right now. But moving on from this show, I know they did have, Nia Jax trying to give Shayna Baszler a pep talk before her match happened tonight, talking about twisting Lana several places and, make sure her boobs go to the back of her neck and whatnot. Don't know how that situation's going to work, but that's apparently what's going on right there, okay? It's going to move to the back of her neck, her boobs, or some way around they shall move that, alright? But basically we got Asuka versus Shayna Baszler, which would be a match on any pay-per-view or takeover or whatnot, which I feel like this was a throwaway match, which wasn't bad at first, but given that, Nia Jax and Lana are out there, all I can sit there and think about is, will Lana go through another table for the 10th time? That's all I want to see. Honestly, this is probably going to end up in some tag match at TLC for the titles, or maybe it's going to be a table match for all I know, and Lana will go through the table, okay? It's Lana, alright? So I have no idea where this is going. I don't give any crap about Lana or Jax in general, just for several reasons and whatnot. There's reason to just go off of both of them. Why? Like I say, which one's more hated more? What isn't, like, Nia Jax got heat anyway? Something about not taking mask or vaccine or something. I don't know. Something about, immune system. I don't know, man. She makes no sense. But yeah, I'm just sick of this feud, and Asuka won by a roll up and everything, but I don't really need to see this. Okay, I just don't. Asuka has no challengers, and like I said, her versus Baszler will be a feud on a bigger pay-per-view. But yeah, it's just for a match at TLC that nobody gives a crap about, okay? Next, Ricochet and Dana Brooke were in the back, talking until Matt Riddle showed up with some bro nuts. Whereas if they seen MVP of Bobby Lashley, Ricochet, they were talking some strategy. But Riddle says, let me know if you seen him and whatnot. Which Dana Brooke and Ricochet were interviewed as, Dana Brooke wanted payback on Reckoning after a black eye, which Mustafa Ali did cut a promo in, talking about they're going to take out Ricochet and Dana Brooke. So slapjack! And Reckoning went against Ricochet and Dana Brooke. And what is the obvious, folks? Retribution loses again. Mia Yim is pinned by Dana Brooke again. And it makes no sense. Freaking Mustafa Ali wants to go on and says, this is how you repay me. Weren't you guys supposed to be trying to destroy the WWE at one point? But now you guys can't even beat Dana Brooke of all people, okay? Ricochet's one thing, but Dana Brooke. Hopefully this leads to some split and this group ends, because I'm sure, listen, I know I said this last week, but whenever I get to the end of the year review, this is probably one of the biggest failures in wrestling this year was Retribution. Because, hey, we're trying to destroy the WWE. You can't even beat the job guys now, okay? So what makes these guys even important at this point? I don't know. I feel like this group is just on a slow, agonizing death, or in, like, I don't know, purgatory mode with these people and need to be repackaged and whatnot. So I would say if there was something to fix them, I don't really have the answers to that, okay? But yeah, they can't beat Dana Brooke. These guys are dead. They're super dead, okay? They're super dead. But next after that, Sheamus is getting ready for his match night until Keith Lee, which is the only time you see him on his show, talking about how Sheamus only a matter of time till you turn your back on McIntyre and everything. Sheamus stood in his face. He says, yo, excuse me while I turn on the champion, beat the hell out of him before he left in. So it's the only time we saw Keith Lee on this show tonight. Where is he really going to in this? I don't know. But next we went to Miz and Morrison as they had AJ Styles as giant bodyguard. Talking about their match at TLC, as AJ said it's the first time he's ever faced McIntyre in a TLC match. And then Miz and Morrison start doing Scottish and Irish accents live. I'm going to try to imitate McIntyre and Sheamus. It's like 2009, 2010 again. When Morrison was doing the same thing that you understand me, lad? Okay? I could not do a good Scottish accent, but you need to see where I'm going here. It's like Braveheart. Braveheart! He did it in 09 and 2010. You don't believe me? Look it up. It was on SmackDown during that time, okay? But Sheamus came out then. Talking about, like, you guys talking all the way at the bar and everything. He says, I have no friends, but, you're not exactly right. Drew McIntyre came out, talked about Miz, say he has no balls, and now everybody's been talking about Miz in the back, that you left your balls in Maurice's purse, and the other balls you replaced them with is your own personal sidekick bitch there, John Morrison. As AJ basically said, this is a 4-on-2, and McIntyre Sheamus ended up beating up Miz and Morrison again. Why am I seeing a match in a handicap match, which I feel like I saw this last week or two anyway? It's just McIntyre beating the crap out of Miz and Morrison again, which happened right here, and they threw the Money in the Bank briefcase very far into the Thunderdome, and Miz went to catch it, okay? So, yeah, Miz and Morrison get beat up by McIntyre again. Next, Kofi Kingston went against Shelton Benjamin, which Kofi Kingston won, but then Cedric Alexander got pissed, so he can do this again. Basically, Kofi hurt his leg at one point, and Cedric ended up hitting the lumbar check. So, it's like the heels lost, but then they still had to get their heat back in a way, too, to continue this thing one way or another. So, reasons, I guess, behind this, okay? Reasons. But they still going for the tag titles, which I still think the Hurt Business will win. Most likely be at the pay-per-view, so we'll see what happens. AJ Styles, Miz, and Morrison went against McIntyre and Sheamus. Handicap match, which was probably one of the better matches of the night, which I did like the ending of it, of what, Sheamus and a bro kick on Miz, Morrison went for his flying chuck kick, Sheamus went for a bro kick on Morrison, but ended up hitting McIntyre, which AJ ended up hitting a phenomenal forearm, so they caused tension between McIntyre and Sheamus then after that, as, AJ won the match, so not a bad tag match, I'll say that too, okay, but obviously just more of the story of, Sheamus and, Morrison. Lana was very scared about facing Nia Jax next week, as she said she's going to get slaughtered, and asking Asuka what she should do. Asuka said you should believe in yourself and we can become the tag team champions as she walked away. And next thing you know, Lana kept saying she believes in herself until she walked into Nia Jax and Lana walked off again. So there you go. Sheamus then was in the back, basically pissed about he kicked his, how about him kicking his best friend? And he says, in a second, McIntyre's going to come back here and try to kick my ass. And it wasn't intentional, but McIntyre ended up having to stare down with him. And when they came back from commercial, they started brawling with each other again as a whole bunch of other wrestlers started cheering it on. Pat Buck and his plaid suit got involved, which McIntyre and Sheamus started fighting each other. And then they beat the crap out of him and put him through a table and had a good laugh. And they became friends again and walked off from there. So there you go. Bobby Lashley and MVP came out as Jeff Hardy, which I'm surprised he's even wrestling this week after what happened last week in a match. Was about to go against Bobby Lashley until Matt Riddle showed with the bro nuts. So, we can form our own tag team, man. The Hardy Bros, which, well, Jeff Hardy has a brother. It was the Hardy Boys, but, Hardy Bros, the Hardy Boys, the Hardy Bros. Where's this going, dude? You could be Broetry in motion as a finisher. I have no idea. And Jeff Hardy's like, yeah, it's cool, Riddle. I got a match, all right? I got a match. So I've said about Matt Riddle before, and I said him in NXT. He's like RVD, except RVD was more chill. Riddle is more goofy with his weed, okay? RVD was at least, chillax with the weed and whatnot. Riddle is like super goofy with his sometime. But Bobby Lashley did go against Jeff Hardy. Like I said, one of the better matches of the night. Very competitive. Honestly, this is a match I saw back in TNA in 2014 when they fought for the World Heavyweight Championship at the time. And we saw it again tonight, except it was a non-title match. Bobby Lashley did end up getting the win clean with the Hurt Lock after dodging the Swanton Bomb. And won the match. Basically, Riddle checked for Jeff then after that. So a very good match. I'm surprised it wasn't even for the title, but very good. Probably ended up in a tag team match or something. But next, Randy Orton came out, who was on the final part of the show, which I guess he ran to the Rabbit Den until he had his match with Bray Wyatt, Sweater Vest Bray Wyatt, which at one point, Bray had put Orton, did his back suplex on the table, which he barely even hit the table, hit the edge of it. He then chased one of the announcers saying, "Yowie, wowie, we'll be right back after commercial." Basically, Orton end up hitting the draping DDT onto Wyatt. He set up for the RKO, but the lights started going out. Orton looked around. He did RKO Wyatt, but the lights went out. And then when the lights came on, it got all red. And then next thing you know, the Fiend showed up and put the mandible claw in to close the show. So apparently this was a no contest, I guess. I guess they don't want any of these guys winning until TLC, but this was a no contest. Overall, this show, Raw is Raw, okay? What do I have really to say about this? The only thing I really care about is maybe just the title match itself, alright? It's just the title match, or maybe the Hurt Business. Asuka and Lana and whatever, Jax, don't really give a crap. Retribution, dead. Matt Riddle, wherever this is going with the Hurt Business, we'll see. Main event, Orton and Wyatt. Like I said, it's heel versus heel, okay? So, yeah, that's what I could say about this marathon of a 3-hour show half the time. But I have really sometimes don't know where this is going. Like I said, Retribution is still alive, folks, apparently. But I will say this to what I've heard tonight, that apparently this was the final night of WWE being in the Amway Center at the Thunderdome, because they're supposed to be going to Tampa. I think it's going to be on SmackDown this Friday at the Tropicana Field. I saw a video of them working on the Thunderdome, which I'm going to start calling it the Thunderdome 2 now, so that's basically what it's going to be called. So I believe they're leaving the Amway Center because I think NBA games or something going to be training or starting maybe. I'm not really sure what's going on with that, but I guess other people need to rent it out, and WWE, their lease is up, and it's December at this point. So they are moving to Tampa. I doubt that they let any fans in, though. I don't really see that happening at all. So we'll see what the Thunderdome 2. So the Amway Center era is over now. We've gone from the Performance Center to the Amway Center, and now we're headed to Tropicana Field for the Thunderdome 2. Okay, so yes, this was the final night of the Thunderdome. Other than that, that's my Raw review. Follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. Check out any video that is uploaded along line right now. Check out my NXT TakeOver War Games 4 review right now that is uploaded. Check that out. And any other thing that is supposed to be coming up in the week for whatever. But other than that, though, hey, that's Monday Night Raw for you folks. Same old, same old. What can I really say? All right, it's Monday Night Raw. I don't know. Let's see what it goes in the ratings, okay? But other than this show, I will be back tomorrow night. Impact Wrestling, gonna be a big night for them tomorrow night, okay? A big night, especially with this whole alleged partnership with AEW right now, and Kenny Omega, the new champion, is supposed to be on that show. So other than that, I'm out. See you guys later. Peace.